a short video about the Jack Fast and Furious TR 2005. To be precise, it's a review from the owner. I've been using the Jack for 4 years now. I've used it many times, I just estimated roughly, but it's definitely no less than 50 lifts. I think it's even more than that. I don't have 100 lifts of course, but still, the Jack doesn't sit idle. What I wanted to say about it, I specifically bought one for 2.5 tons, despite the fact that my car doesn't even weigh 2 tons. And considering that I lift one wheel, the Jack actually lifts much less than it can. And as for me, there should be a safety margin. Especially with a Chinese Jack, since it's a pretty budget-friendly floor jack. Personally, I really like it because it's compact in size. For example, I keep it in the trunk. But with these dimensions, I managed to use it for my Peugeot 308. It has a very low ground clearance, and not every jack can be used with it. And at the same time, I use it on the duster, like right now for example, when the wheel is also in a dip, and I lift the car without any problems. There's also a safety margin. It's an extremely versatile tool. Regarding the manufacturing, despite being cheap and Chinese, I have no complaints. Thick metal, decent welds, and it comes with a carrying bag. I just have none. Thick metal, decent welds, and it comes with a carrying bag. Just so you know, the bag is of so-so quality, and with intensive use, it will last you for a season. There are also versions with a plastic case. I think it will be more reliable. Personally, I sewed the inside of the bag with a more durable fabric. In a word, it's a Jack for its price. It's just fire. And there was one time when it really saved me. Right now you can see what happens when using a standard Jack on ground that hasn't completely dried. The car started to skid and the Jack slipped off. Everything that saved me was that old grandpa's insurance. Is there a support? Great, so... well, at least a wheel under the threshold. And what if something happens to avoid damaging the rim? For example, in my situation, any thick board works perfectly. Or a sheet of particle board. But that's, as they say, a whole different story about how the Jack works. There's not much to tell. For example, I'll show you how to use it. Jack it up. At what speed does it lift? Just so you know, the video is sped up by 2 times. I'm lifting the rear wheel now. As you can see, it doesn't take much effort. And this is the front axle now. Again, it handles it perfectly. So there's really not much to say about it. Well, there's nothing more to say. It's a good and worthwhile item. If you're thinking about buying it, go for it without hesitation. I personally recommend it. Only positive emotions. Well, that's all I have for today. Thank you all for watching, and goodbye everyone.